Why do old-fashioned buildings tend to say ye old? Since this means the old, you might be inclined to think that the word the used to be pronounced with a Y, but that's not true. Historically, the word the wasn't spelled with Y or TH. It was spelled with this letter, called thorn. In English, thorn used to represent the th or the sound, which today are represented by the letters TH. But after the invention of the printing press, most European languages began to standardize their spelling system, and as most European languages don't use the character thorn, most of them didn't include them in their printers types. So when English scribes would import printers types from continental Europe, they wouldn't have a type for the letter thorn, and so they needed an alternative way of representing the sounds th and the. One solution was to respell thorn as the letters th, which is clearly the solution we still use today. But another solution used back then was to respell thorn as the letter y. But why? Thorn and y might not look very similar in most fonts today, but back then the Gothic script was quite popular, in which thorn and y look a lot more alike. So using this font, it's a lot easier to see why they would replace the thorn with the y character. But that means that this was never actually pronounced as ye old, it was always the old. The letter y stood in for the th sound. That means that if you ever pronounce the old as ye old, you're actually performing a pseudo-archaism, which is when you attempt to make your speech sound archaic and refined, but what you're actually doing is ahistorical. And there are plenty other ways that pseudo-archaisms can manifest in English, like if thou hast spoken ever like this, even though that's technically incorrect, or if you've ever sprinkled the word perchance into your essay just to make it sound a bit more sophisticated.